Yo, what's up guys? Jesse LaFlair here from LaFlairParkour and Team Tempest, coming to you from the Tempest Freerunning Academy, South Bay. Wow. Today I'm doing a tutorial on the dive Kong. I've already gone over how to double Kong, and I've also done a Kong tutorial. I would say that this is actually probably a progression to doing a double Kong, but a Kong is a progression to doing a dive Kong. So if you don't know how to Kong, click there first. Otherwise, I'll also put a link in the description below. So let's get started. The first thing you need to know is a dive Kong is often used to get over an obstacle, okay? So the idea is that we're jumping past something and then Konging something on the other side. You could also dive Kong down or step up, dive Kong up. And that's pretty much it. So let's get started with your safe, easy progression. All right, first things first. Before we get started, I just want to talk about how and why this movement works. A lot of people, when they first start looking at what a dive Kong is, they think, okay, my goal is to running, dive into that second obstacle. But realistically, your goal, your speed, and your energy should be to go past both obstacles. We want our body to be traveling completely past them, with our hands then pulling and helping our legs and body get through to the ground so that we can run out of it. So with that being said, if your hands didn't hit, you should be able to clear this. You might land on your head or have to go into a dive roll, but your goal when approaching the obstacle should be to pass both of them with that speed and energy, okay? Next thing we need to know is hand placement. So when we hit the obstacle, we want our hands to be just a little bit wider than shoulder distance so that your body can come on through, because I want you to have enough control and leverage with your fingertips so that when you're pushing off, you're actually going to push all the way through. Pretend like you're throwing whatever your hands are on, whether it's a vault block or whatever it is, completely behind you, because that's going to give you a little bit more extra power and energy and speed and allow you to continue your momentum safely forward. Okay? So with that being said, the first little exercise that we're going to do is just right here on the ground. I want you to get in a little squatted position, maybe pick a spot, maybe not too far out for your first one. You're going to push through your hips and legs, try to get your hips up. Obviously, if it's too small, you're not going to be able to get a full extension. But again, progressions are the easiest way to break that fear and allow us to understand how the movement works and be in control all the way through and stay safe. So little one, reach out, pull yourself through. Now notice that I had a little bit of extra pop there because I'm going here and then throwing myself forward, okay? Now let's make it bigger. Really reach out there. See if we can get our body fully extended. Get your hips up at least horizontal with a goal of going 45 degrees and pulling it down, okay? This is gonna be a huge help on our next progression. Let's look at that. Okay, so a lot of times I get asked, where can I do this? I don't have a place to train. This dive Kong, double Kong, Kong, all these different things, picnic benches are so easy to find, and to be honest with you, you can use them for so many different skills and things. You can go this way or that way. So for this, I'm setting these blocks up in the idea that this would be a tabletop or something longer, okay? This is your next progression. I want you to start on top of the obstacle now. You can start as close to it or as far away as you want, but again, it's way easier to progress. Give yourself the respect of starting small and then slowly growing into something a little bit bigger. So you can start here, a little squat. All I want you to do now is do what we did on the ground, but allow yourself to go past the obstacle. Again, we can push in, throw the block behind us, land with our chest over our feet or even slightly forward to allow us to continue forward and run out of it, okay? So a little here, you can start low, pop your hips up as you go, throw the block behind you. Next time, make it bigger. Go as big as you can. You can even start to go into a split step so that you're allowing yourself to kind of treat it like you would when we get down to our real double Kong, okay? So you can step off, kick that back leg up, reach, and pull through. This progression is going to allow you to gain the confidence to get your hips up and extend those legs. A really important detail that you might be missing or you have noticed, is that I'm trying to get my body to extend into the dive Kong. This is important because as my body is extended, it gives me the sort of chamber idea of out, and then I can pull those knees in. When I pull those knees in, I snap them in as I'm going past it. It's giving me this extra little boost and allowing for this little bit of rotation to get my hips through as I come through and run, okay? So if I did it with my legs bent, it could still work, but it's not as controlled. It's like you have nothing to snap you through, okay? So when you do it, let your body get extended and then pull it through. So now the next thing you need to know is how to leave the ground. Super important that you're confident with coming into this obstacle with a lot of speed and energy. The scariest part of it is this idea of if we clip our knee or something like that happens. So the more power and speed we have, the further we can actually come and leave the ground ahead of it, okay? I like to leave almost a leg distance apart, which allows me to have my arms swing all the way up and get into it. Now, we're doing a split step technique. Again, you should obviously already know how to do a Kong. So approaching the obstacle, quick reminders, as we run in, I want you to keep your hips aligned, chest up, but allow your last step to really dip down, arms behind you, and drive yourself up. Biggest common mistake is people trying to throw their arms down, especially in a dive Kong. This is not gonna work. You need everything to help lift you. So what I mean by that is we're leaving off of whatever foot is up front and leaving off the ground. We want to go all the way through our toe. We want the back foot to drive us up, to allow those hips to lift us up and through. Our speed is what's carrying us across. So whatever speed it is that we come in at, that's what's going to take us past both of these obstacles. But our jump and the way we use our arms, hips, and body is going to give us that height and drive to get us into that 45-degree angle, nice long body before we snap in to that actual dive Kong. So your next progression would be to actually pop up on top. Now, if you have a long obstacle, like a picnic table, some are longer than others, you can use this to slowly practice getting confident with leaving with more speed. And all I mean is you can just come up to it, kind of dive out a little bit, and try to land on top of it like a monkey vault, okay? A little bit of speed, dive up. Now, you're getting confident with coming in with more and more. You can actually progress it a little bit further. So you're here, dive up, okay? Eventually, you build up that confidence to be able to get that speed and drive yourself all the way through it, okay? Cool. So now let's look at a bunch of different angles in slow-mo. That's it, guys. Hopefully your dive Kong comes out amazing. Let me know if you have any questions, or let me know what you would like to see next in the comments section below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Share this video with any friends you might think will find it useful. And that's it. See you on the next one, baby. Woo!